You ghouls, gamers, gooners, and goners.
And Sooners.
Yeah. What's up? It is episode 21 of the Overkill Podcast, baby. We're back. And we're ready to fact. Now, I'm here with Kirby. I'm Meta.
Yo.
We got big news this week.
Dude, actually,
for what this
big
podcast was all about.
Huge news, the biggest.
Wow. What happened?
We had the Black Ops 6 reveal event. I believe this came out like 2 days after last podcast, like on Tuesday or Monday. They revealed quite a bit. The main thing that they revealed, I say, would be the omnidirectional movement, which basically means you can sprint. In Call of Duty Black Ops 6, you're going to be able to sprint from side to side, and you're going to also be able to sprint backwards, which also means that you can dive and slide backwards as well. I mean, I don't know how this... I think this really won't change the game much. If there's still slide canceling, I think the game will still much be played the same. But I mean, I always think it is better to give the players more options.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is one thing where it's like, I feel like it might complicate the game a little too much for what a COD game should be. I've always liked the simplicity of Treyarch titles, so I don't know. We'll see if they make it very smooth or whatnot. But so far, to me, the game looks like what I was thinking it would be, which is basically just Black Ops Cold War on the new Modern Warfare engine.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It looks just like Black Ops Cold War. Now I know in games like Black Ops 4, they had a lot of like texture streaming and server-side computation and processing. And so from what I understand, this game is probably going to do the same, and that's why it looks so good. So, they also have like just some funny things. Like they call it like bespoke death animations, which I think is funny. Like if you get shot in the leg, you'll like stumble and fall.
Yeah, if you get shot in like the left leg, it plays a different animation than if you get shot in the right leg. Now, I mean
right.
I mean that's cool, but whenever most people are jumping in gunfights, most of the time in every Call of Duty game, whenever you jump and you die while in midair, your body just flops to the ground or like ragdolls. So
which I've never seen an issue with.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it doesn't look like crazy good, but whatever floats their boat, I guess, in this case. But yeah, that exists. That's a thing. It looks really, really great, and I like it. Kind of blends like the ability to have movement with the boots on the ground style, which I think I'll enjoy a lot. Because I never enjoyed like the extreme forms of movement. That's kind of what I think.
Yeah.
Am I like hyped up for it? I'm not particularly. Just based on how CODs have been. We've bought all of them up to this point, so.
Yeah, we'll probably get this one.
It'll be the same thing.
I'm pretty excited, but
I know.
We'll have to wait. There's going to be a beta. I'm not pre-ordering or anything until I at least play the beta. That's how I've always been with any COD game. One thing I do enjoy as well is they went over the HUD, and I would say the HUD elements to me look bad. They do.
It does look ugly.
It is early on. Maybe they'll change it before launch, but one thing I do like is you can They say you can customize your HUD, but what they mean is there's different presets. So there's a preset where, for instance, all of your stuff is like in the middle of the screen, so that way you don't have to like look around very very far. If you want to do that, and then you can also. It looks like you might be able to change where your minimap is located, which I think is kind of interesting if you want it to be like at the bottom left of your screen instead of the top right. And then, yeah, I mean that's about it for the HUD. And then I think another big thing is they're finally coming back with some old features, which includes the traditional prestige mode and theater mode. And these are, in my opinion, these should be in every Call of Duty game, regardless of who's developing it. Because Treyarch, Black Ops Cold War had theater mode, and then Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 haven't. So I feel like this should just be a thing that every COD game has. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know why it was ever taken out. I mean, beats me. Your guess is better than mine on this. I don't know.
Supposedly, I think it's mainly because it's a really hard feature to implement, like development-wise, and then on top of that, it takes a lot of like server space to store all the files of like the gameplays, stuff like that.
Yeah. And also, from what I understand, like in Black Ops 1, it wouldn't exactly always be like an exact like one-to-one replay.
No, it would record the like inputs and then like what weapons people were using and stuff like that. And
so
then
like
it would just
death
replay.
Animations and stuff would be like slightly different, and like little things would be different. So it was a lot like it reminds me of like a Trackmania. Like replays or something, like a racing game, like Ghost Mode, is essentially what it's doing.
Yeah, and I'm really glad for Classic Prestige coming back, because now it won't be a seasonal thing where you can grind for 200 levels and then you're stuck there till the next season, or the even worse model where your rank is only during that season and then it resets every time there's a new season, which is annoying.
Absolutely horrendous. I don't even care. I didn't even care about like my rank. Whoa, gosh. I didn't even care about my rank resetting. I just thought it like killed any like sense or purpose of progression.
I mean, yeah, that's really what it is.
But yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, and then as well, we know that during one of the gameplay, or during one of like the studio shots that they showed where like they were developing and playtesting, there's one small instance where you can see that Gunsmith is coming back, and there's another one where it showed that they were loading into a Nuketown game. So Nuketown's confirmed. I mean, it's a Black Ops game, so it's obviously going to have Nuketown.
Sure, certainly.
Which, I mean, I'm fine with. Any small map is good in my opinion. Hot take, but
hot one. That one's fresh off the press with that hot take. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I also, side note, I'd like to apologize for any clicking you're hearing. I am converting a lot of my videos to MP4s. It's a pain in the ass. I also saw... So first off, the guns look meaty. Like, they're showing off this shotgun gameplay, and it looks meaty as hell. It looks fantastic. It looks like it's chonky, and it looks very satisfying. The zombies also I saw have gobblegums coming back, which of course in the thing while he's talking about it, he has a little thing of bubble gums next to him, which I think is, yeah.
What else is? It's like 2 books or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I bet you those books are something related. I don't know, who knows, but
Oh, you know what it is? One of those books, I believe. Someone like knows what that book is, and they said it's called. The book is named "Thanks for the Feedback," and it's like a book about taking creative criticism. And so people are thinking that like they were taking shots at like Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer for like not taking criticism during Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. But I don't know. That's like a wild theory, but
I don't think so. I think if it was anything like subliminal, I think it's more of like a hey, we just want to let y'all know we've listened, and we've heard you. I think it's more of that than it would be taking shots. But maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. And then I have absolutely no idea what the other book is, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a Black Ops 3 book. It has the Black Ops 3 logo on it.
Oh, okay.
Which is the best zombies mode in my opinion, no cap. So.
Oh, hot take, base. Yeah. So it looks fantastic. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say. It looks great.
Yeah. Well, one thing for the zombies mode as well, before we move on, is there's already confirmed it's round based and it's going to be 2 maps at launch. We've only seen like a little bit of gameplay. One of them kind of looks like it's a prison map, which we've already had previously with Mob of the Dead. Very similar aesthetic. And then the other one, I don't believe we have like any information on what that one is, but
boo. 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 Yeah, it looks great. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah,
it looks very satisfying to play, which is what I asked for from a COD. And
nice.
Yeah, I guess my only concern is I imagine it's probably going to be maybe single player will be okay. So from what I understand, this one's not like backwards compatible with any of the previous generations, or like it's not crossplay or whatever you call it with those. So
cross progression.
So I'm hoping that you can do things like have a single player like zombies game and actually pause the game instead of just having it run forever while you're trying to take a shit.
It's already been confirmed that the game will be always online, so there's no way to play it offline. And people say this is because like the texture streaming, so that way it's like a little bit on the server, like there's like a server side component to it. And as well,
there's apparently some server processing too that they're doing this time.
Yeah,
that's not even with the textures, but just with the game in general.
Yeah, I could see that. As well as they said the game was going to be, so on the Xbox store, it's, and I believe on the PlayStation as well, it says that it's going to be 300 gigabytes. Now, a lot of people are like crazy, like, what, just for one game? But that's if you have Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Warzone, Black Ops 6, and I think all those games together, that's what the 300 gigabytes is. But if you only have Black Ops 6, it's only going to be 80 gigabytes, the game itself.
Okay.
Which isn't too bad.
Not bad.
Which I assume the reason it's not like, crazy is probably because a lot of it's going on on the servers and.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a base game.
Well, shit, looking pretty good. Speaking of looking pretty good, X Defiant, baby. Season 1 coming. Probably has been like the most fun I've had in, even though I haven't played it a ton, it's probably been the most fun I've had with like a COD style multiplayer since like I guess like Black Ops 3, I mean, I haven't had, like, it's been like 10 years since I've actually enjoyed like a COD style multiplayer game. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I wish I played it. I wish I'd play it more, but yeah, it just looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly what's coming. I just watched the trailer, but it looks awesome.
The GS9 faction from, well, they're calling them the GSK. They changed the name for some reason. I don't know why. But it's the GSG9 from Rainbow Six Siege is coming as a faction for X Defiant, and it seems one of their gadgets, one of the, like, not the ultimate, but one of the gadgets they have is the Jaeger's grenade, like, trophy system.
Stop worrying about grenades now. Yeah.
And the ultimate is Blitz's shield, which there already is a riot shield in X Defiant, so I feel like they shouldn't. I feel like having another gadget like that is kind of weird, but
yeah, certainly. I don't know why.
Interesting. Yeah, it shows like it shows a different ult symbol. I wonder if the ult symbol changes whenever you get it to, like, the riot shield or something. It's got to be what it is.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, as well as they have Clubhouse is coming from Rainbow Six Siege, and then there's 2 other maps from Rockefeller and Daytona. I don't know what games these are from, but they're from some other Ubisoft games.
Okay. Base.
As well, new mode, Capture the Flag. They're adding ranked.
That's hype.
They're adding, like, actual ranks to ranked mode. And then a new mastery camo. And then, of course, gotta have store bundles. But it is a free to play game, so that's kind of expected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
sick. If y'all haven't played X Defiant, I really would. It honestly, it kind of reminds me of, like, what COD would have become if they never did, like, the futuristic, like, movement stuff. It's kind of like if COD just, like, never changed the formula that much, which is kind of cool. At least that's how I like to think of it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just as a game, to me, it kind of reminds me of, like, I just feel like the game is, like, way too bland. I don't know if you get that impression from it, but it, just like the UI and everything, it doesn't feel like it has as much character as other shooters.
Oh no, not at all. It's very much like it's like hey COD, can I see your homework type, like,
yeah. Well, it kind of, I mean, it makes sense.
Derivative.
It makes sense because it is just a mashup of, like, every Ubisoft game there is.
Right. Yeah. It's just it's interesting, and in a way, it feels kind of. I'd say my biggest issue is because it is a Ubisoft game. It does feel like a little stiff compared to a COD. I think. Yeah. Maybe I'm crazy, but
I think it's like one of the games where, like, I think playing on controller is actually unusable.
Oh yeah, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000,000,000%.
It's kind of weird because usually I playing on controller, but I was like, nope,
not this time. Yeah, it does not feel great in any way.
Yeah, season 1. I mean, I'm glad the game's getting some content. I think it already had a pretty good amount. I don't believe they showed off any of the weapons that are coming in season 1. They probably want to save that until it actually comes out.
Sure.
But yeah.
I imagine it would just be the GS9 ones that aren't in the game.
Probably, yeah.
Just a guess. Like, I imagine they might add in like the Blitz, it looks like, type character. has like some sort of riot shield, so maybe that's like their ability. I don't know.
What's their ultimate? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would probably add in like the Jaeger's gun. I forget, like that assault rifle that he has, or something like that.
Yeah, it looks cool. Everyone should play it. I don't really have much else to say. The maps, I would say, are so in that game. Actually, now that I think about it, in that game, the strangest thing to me is like a lot of the maps actually, they're not really like old COD maps. It's more like they're they're like they're like new COD maps in the fact that like they're kind of large and they have like a lot of angles. And I'd say it's really strange because it feels like an old COD with like new COD maps. That's the vibe that I got. Maybe I just wasn't playing on the right maps, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are definitely some hit or miss maps in the game. I think I would say they kind of have. I will say, yeah, they aren't like old COD. They kind of have their own thing going on. I feel like where they're like some of them are really solid, like 3 lanes, and then others are just kind of like, whatever they felt like that day, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is like a lot of them are just like, yeah, just like whatever assets they felt like throwing down that day.
Yeah, you want to take our next story? I don't.
Yeah, sure. So this one's an interesting one for me. Lollipop Chainsaw is getting a remake released in September. And I only include this story for a few reasons. So, one, I never played the original Lollipop Chainsaw. I only ever watched it because it's not really a game I would enjoy. And for those of you that don't know, like Kirby here, it was like it was kind of like a beat 'em up style game with zombies, and you're basically just a hot cheerleader with a chainsaw. That's the whole game. There are bosses. There's like an edgy motorcycle guy character that's trying to kill you. There is a bunch of story that I don't remember because honestly, it's kind of a meme. The original dev is not working on this remake, but the original director is. And they're adding in like different. They're adding in like chain hits. They're adding in input timings that fit a little better. They're adding in just better graphics, and they're not changing anything about the original game. And I bring up this only to say that the libs are mad again. They just don't like attractive characters, and they're furious that this game exists. And honestly, I thought that was enough to put it in the episode. So, yeah, it looks like a fun game. I don't know. I couldn't seem to find out. It's coming out on everything. And I might play it because it was a game I never played when it came out. In that was 11 years ago. I would have been below 18. My mom probably wouldn't have let me get this game. I'm not too sure. I think that's why I never got it, because I always saw the cover. Yeah, I always saw the cover at GameStop, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. Oh, no. Obviously, yeah, monkey brain, and
Oonga boonga, hot lady.
But obviously, I never got it. It looks cool. I might play it. It depends on how much it releases for. A lot of remakes too. That's something else I want to bring up, because we're gonna see this as this has been like a trend for the past years. It's like, man, these guys, they just keep remaking shit, which I'm not opposed to, It's just kind of like sickening to just see how often they like don't make anything new.
Yeah, I think just as like I guess just as a society, like even with like movies and stuff, they're doing remakes of old movies because I feel like a lot of the new stuff isn't really doing that well. I think the same thing's kind of going on with gaming where, I mean, you had like, I think you had the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, which was like the first of like I want to say that started off the remakes.
Yeah.
And then like everything after that was just all, I feel like we've seen so many more remakes since then.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah, I mean this game, I mean it looks cool. It's a beat 'em up. I'm not usually into those types of games, but
yeah,
might have to play it because of Hot Lady.
Oonga boonga monkey neuron activated.
You should show our friend this. Our friend who only plays as female characters in any video game ever.
Oh yeah, he would love it.
I bet he's already played it.
Oh, I bet. I would guarantee it. But yeah, that's all I got. I guess we'll move on.
Yeah.
Another lib game coming in hot.
Oof.
Alright.
Yikes.
But this one's made for the libs, not against the lib. No, I'm just kidding. Okay,
Jesus. Yeah, so it was gonna flop anyways.
Yeah, so we're never going to succeed.
So,
Starfield.
So
I waited to do that.
Starfield got review bombed, and
Yes.
there's this long article about how it came out. It took years to develop. Blah blah blah. We worked so hard on it. We're totally not a paid off news source.
Ooh,
and
get him. Make that face at him.
And Starfield, it recently, mods were finally added to the game, as every Bethesda game needs mods to be good. So, they added it, and people realized after a while that some of the mods that were introduced as part of the Creation Club platform were behind a paywall. You had to pay for them.
No.
And so people decided to review bomb it on Steam. I mean, I don't personally see this as like review bombing. I mean, yeah, in the technical term it is, but I mean, this is just what consumers do, like to warn other people, like, hey, this game does have an issue.
You have two options to let people know you have an issue. One, don't buy the game, which most people already have if they're looking at mods. So that's out of the picture. Two is leave your review, leave your feedback, and tell them, hey, I don't want to pay for mods. I prefer whenever mod developers have a PayPal link.
Oh, yeah.
And this was, I don't know if you remember, I think it was like 2013, but that like Bethesda mod store was like a huge controversy at the time. And I think they were trying to do it with like Skyrim.
Well, that's what this article is saying, is saying previously the Creation Club was used on Fallout 4 and Skyrim.
Yeah.
So I think this is the same application, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. Starfield was one of those games I never got into.
Starfield.
Yeah. I mean, I know me and you both don't like Skyrim, which is a hot take, but
yeah, I mean, we had a friend graciously gift us the $15 remake because we kept talking so much shit. for PC, and honestly, it just wasn't like it's just not our thing. It sucks. Uh, I wish we liked it. I wish I could like it. I gave it a fair shot. I played it for like, oh my gosh, I think like 4 hours. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Yeah. As well in this article, I want to say, is they say that review bombing has become a tradition now, and it's become so common, and it has worked in the favor of gamers, such as whenever Helldivers 2, whenever they wanted you, or they basically made PC players link their PlayStation account to their Steam account, they eventually reversed that decision. So, sometimes it does work, and, so other times it doesn't. Just, I think it depends on how much it actually hurts the company.
Yeah.
And I don't know, with a game like Starfield that's already been out for a year, I feel like they probably won't reverse it. Because, a game like Helldivers 2 was, only a month afterwards they decided to do that. So it's kind of, in people's minds still.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they're gonna. Well, we'll see. It's it's really hard not to get down whenever you kind of find out that I don't know. Whenever you find out that these companies just don't really give a damn.
Yeah. Pretty depressing.
I mean, companies aren't your friend, but it's not like they have to be bastards either,
Yeah. That's how you pirate games, obviously. Just
of course.
Commit crimes. All right.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. My favorite thing about I want to say this as well. My favorite thing about people who like Skyrim are like, bro, you gotta play with mods. Gotta play with mods. I'm like, bro. The only game that, in my opinion, you should ever judge based off of its mods would be Gmod, because it's in the title, and that's literally the point of the game, is to mod it. All right.
So true. Dude,
any other game that doesn't rely on player creation, or like Roblox, I guess, or Minecraft, I guess you could do that. Like, you could base your review or whatever off the creations of other people, and the modifications. But I feel like a game like Skyrim, it should have a good game, and then you can mod on top of that. But I feel like the game's so bad that you have to mod it.
Yeah, 1,000%. I mean, and Skyrim is an old game, so I always have felt like, in a way, it's a little unfair. It's a little unfair to hold it to the same standard, but at the same time, it's not, because there were so many good games at the time that came out with so much more content, and you play Skyrim and it feels like such an empty world to me. I mean, Am I wrong in that? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like
I mean, there are
nuts.
tons of games that are even older than that I still say are really great and that you should play, but I mean, Skyrim is just, I did feel like it is kind of just an empty big world. Unironically, it feels like a Ubisoft game if you took away all the towers and everything like that, and all the chests.
Yeah, 1,000%. I don't know.
It's just empty. I don't know.
Yeah. Empty.
Anyways, we made all the Skyrim gamers angry.
Yep.
All three of them.
Yeah. I found a massive MOV to MP4 converter on the Windows App Store. May I say the Windows App Store has absolutely been king in helping me convert all these photos. So if you ever have issues, there are fantastic apps on there.
All right,
well, hey, I got a goal to get all these done. So let's move on.
Yeah, we got another hot gaming story. Well, it's actually a new game. The trailer has 101 views.
Yep.
It's a very popular game. No, but it's this really cute indie game that I found. It's called Waltz and Jam. Waltz and Jam?
Waltz and Jam. Yes.
I guess it's an action adventure game. To me, it kind of reminds me of...
And this really is...
kind of like an isometric Kirby.
This shit has 101 views on YouTube.
Yeah.
This shit's like real underground, boys.
Dude, we find the most underground, okay?
Dude, we actually do, bro. Everyone that's here, you need to subscribe to get the most underground gaming games. We go deep.
I knew Flyway Games before they were big, bro.
Yeah? You were a big fan?
They have one other game, and all their trailers, I think they're a Japanese game studio.
They are. There's Japanese kanji as the titles. So.
Well, see, my guy. I need to ask my guy because he watches anime. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I guess it's Japanese lettering. Japanese kanji is like where you shorten down words into like one symbol. Sorry. Yes, you do need to ask me. I'm a king. Yeah, it looks super fucking cute. Actually, this is ever since I saw this on the podcast, like little document we make. I'm like, I've been amazed by like just how amazing this looks. It's just like, and the music is a bop, at least in the trailer.
Pretty good.
So you're a little ghost, and you have like a little hook on your head, and then you have a little friend, a little like weird black cat squirrel thing. It's just a head and a tail. So good luck describing whatever this creature is. And it's adorable. It's absolutely adorable. It's a little platformer. You're running from things. It's got like Crash Bandicoot chase sequences. I don't know. Is there anything else you got for this? It's awesome.
No, I don't know. It just reminded me of like Kirby for some reason.
It's actually a game that I would want to play. It does kind of remind you of Kirby. With
I'm adding it to the wish list, baby.
Oh, is it already on Steam? I guess I need to add it.
Yeah, it's coming soon. It's not. They don't have a release date yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it looks
pretty cool.
Fantastic.
Go check it out, gamers.
Check it out now. Before I beat the fuck out of me. What?
For our for our next story, the Warcraft general manager John Haidt leaves after 12 years. This to me
another one
doesn't really seem good because I believe their new expansion, I forget the name of it. I think it's is it Dragonfall or something? I don't know. I think that was the one.
Dragonflight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that this one? Yeah, whatever the new expansion is, it's coming out for Warcraft.
I thought
this
Dragonflight
year.
already came out. Maybe not.
Pretty sure that was the one that came out like whenever Endwalker came out for Final Fantasy. But could be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, Dragonflight came out in 2022. The War Within.
Oh. That's
Midnight, The Last Titan are the next ones. So here's a hot take for you. Obviously, it's not good that he's leaving after 12 years. But in the past, whenever we've seen Blizzard devs leave after being there for this long, it's usually because there's a scandal that's coming. It's usually because something major's coming out. The last time we had this many veterans quit, it was right before all of the sexual assault allegations, the allegations of breast milk disappearing from the freezer, which, I mean, hey, fair enough. Look, you got to get that protein somehow. And the fucked up things like the Cosby Suite all came out. That was the last time we had so many people leave. So to me, this really is a sign of disaster. And I'm not saying that something big like that's coming again, but what I am saying is that just it doesn't bode too well given what we've seen in the past.
Yeah. I mean, oof. They said on. I mean, yeah. I could see something like that happening again. Maybe not to that level, but I think something's definitely coming. But he put out, after 12 years at Blizzard, he's decided to step away and start a new quest. He's been honored to serve all of the heroes of Azeroth. I almost said Eorzea, honestly.
Oh, I almost thought you said Azeroth.
That would have been so funny. Eorzea, you know? Yeah. The better game, right?
Wrong game.
Warcraft.
Yeah.
Warcraft is an Elviz,
actually,
Ohio Skibbity game.
Oof. Dang, you don't gotta do it like that, though. Yeah. I agree. Woo! What a shitter. Yeah, and he also explained in detail what Blizzard was and was not doing with AI tech. Maybe we cover this story next time because this is fascinating. We're not really read up on this, but I'm gonna bookmark that and keep it for our next pod. But yeah, that's not a good sign. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, not. Oof.
Oh, Riz.
Yeah. So what's this next story? Meta? Huh?
Nothing.
I don't know too much.
No. This next story. So there is a NPC, and we were just talking about Skyrim, how poopy it is. But I think this is funny. So every day for 1,000 days, there is a player that posts a video to YouTube every day for 1,000 days of killing this one NPC. And he's a black guy that is in the town of Whiterun. And I'm surprised that, PC Gamer wasn't calling this guy racist. But this guy is a red guard, and he comes up to you and he goes, "Do you get to the Cloud District very often?" Before he answers his own question, he says, "Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't." And so he's a real smartass. And so every day he's been killing him with any possible weapon, anything in the game, any way to kill people. It's just really funny. And his goal has been to do this until they come out with Elder Scrolls 6. And I just thought that was really, really fucking funny because I imagine
for a while.
Yeah, I love that. This article was released 19 hours ago on the anniversary of the 101 death. Or, sorry, the 1001 death of this NPC. Yeah. Does the story mean much? No. But I think it does show the dedication of people that fucking play Skyrim. And I'll let you take this next one too, because I actually didn't look into this one. But
That's pretty
I imagine
funny.
I'm gonna like this one.
It kind of reminds me of like how you could in Breath of the Wild, how you could kill things like with dropping boxes, or you had so many multiple ways of killing things. But damn, that's some
Oh
dedication.
yeah. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's real skibbity Ohio.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It's dedication.
Yeah, we'll look. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you take this next one because I'm not up to date on this one at all.
Yeah. So, the new Assassin's Creed game was revealed, and of course, a lot of people have been talking about Yusuke. I don't know how you say his name, but he's a historical figure, and we do know that he was a what do you call it, like a basically a sword keeper, and some people think that he's, or I guess what they did is they made him like a samurai in this game, which is, I guess, is like somehow different. So Elon Musk criticized the game for the woke mind virus diversity product that it is what he, I guess is what he said on Twitter, and DEI kills art, and which is based, apparently, what I didn't know is what?
No, yeah, go on.
Well, also they apparently have, I don't know if it's confirmed, but I think they made him gay as well.
Oh,
which I mean, back in those days, I don't know, not a lot of people did that. So,
it's cute that they think that.
Yeah, the game developed, the director, I believe. The director just snapped back at him, and my guy was saying that the reason he picked him is because he's super mysterious, and he provides a rich narrative opportunity consistent with the series' approach to storytelling.
Sure.
Which, sounds pretty woke to me. No, it sounds like,
so. Did Sweet Baby have any? I thought they did have involvement in this. I thought they did.
Well, they at least, I think they have helped Ubisoft with other games, so I wouldn't be surprised if Assassin's Creed, Shadows also has Sweet Baby influence. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. So we have confirmation that they have worked on Assassin's Creeds before, and obviously some other Ubisoft devs. So I don't think it's out of the question. I think, though, with all of the hot controversy, I definitely think that they would keep it on the down low if Sweet Baby was involved at all. Because it's at this point, it's more of a harm to know that they were worked on it than a help, for sure. I don't think there's any denying that. I think you have to concede that.
Well, they at least worked on Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they worked on this.
It really wouldn't, no. My guy's looking like that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the story. Elon Musk, the based gamer.
The base gamer himself.
The only thing I don't like about Elon Musk is I think recently he finally, because he's a free speech absolutist, he made it to where like now porn, I guess, is allowed on Twitter again.
Interesting.
And I don't agree with that. Because I think porn should be illegal because it's not sanctifying.
No, and it also, if you're a lib, you should support that because it exploits women. So.
Yep.
I think it doesn't take a genius to, to realize what is and is not compromising your values. And I think you're lying to yourself if you think that porn is good.
Yeah. On June 3rd, we launched from Twitter Safety. That's so funny. The Safety Committee at Twitter. We launched adult content and violent content policies to bring more clarity of our rules and transparency enforcing these areas. And they just they basically just take away the, I like how it says enforcing these areas, bro. That's funny. Oh, transparency into enforcement of these areas. Oh, wow.
Ah. Interesting. A lot of wokey speak I'm hearing in there. A lot of like corporate-y speak. I mean, not like wokey speak, but like just a lot of like corporate speak I hear in that statement. So it makes me a little hesitant to even try to understand what he's saying.
Yeah. Well, you want to move on to our next story? You probably know more about this. You big Bloodborne guy.
I probably do. So this story comes to us from. So there was a post on Twitter from this guy named Wario64, and he kind of is like a memer, it seems like, and PC Gamer did an article, and one of the creators of Bloodborne basically said they would love to do a PC port. The issue with that is that Sony would essentially have to relinquish the game to do a PC port, or at least allow one to be created. And at this point in time, it appears that they are more or less just unwilling to give up their, to give up the like exclusive rights to Bloodborne. But a lot of the devs on the team would love to make a Bloodborne game for PC. And so what happened is this guy that is a big deal in the kind of gaming industry, he leaks a lot and he leaks accurately. He is a novelist, and I don't know much about him, but he's written for, it seems like, Wizards of the Coast and Star Wars role-playing. He does a lot of like Sorcery and Shadows. He does a lot of like those role-playing games and writing for them. And he basically said that there are no plans to make Bloodborne PC port at all, because Sony would never allow it. And I think most people, including myself, are willing to take him at his word on that.
Yeah, that to me is like one of the most annoying things about console exclusivity, because I understand like wanting to compete with the other consoles, but like PC is just such a different market. Like at least allow the game to be on PC.
Yeah, I mean it's still a separate market at this point, so it's very frustrating whenever you have a guy that just won't let there. Whenever you have a company that just won't let it go and like let it really flourish.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, kind of sad, but that's it. That's the story. That's the whole story right there. That's it.
Dang.
Yep.
Well,
A
lot of good news this week, baby.
Yeah.
A lot of good news, a lot of bad.
Wow. Kind of a difficult week, I say.
The most difficult.
Yeah. No kidding. But yeah, that's it. That's all we got, folks. I think that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Any final parting words for the folks?
Don't pre-order Black Ops 6.
For the Gooners? Oh yeah. Do not.
Don't pre-order any game. But yeah, I think that's it for the episode. Y'all guys have a great day.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
Yep. Adios. Thanks.
Yo.